Next, next Sirens, we're gonna talk about Whelen. I have reasonable questions for Whelen. So, beginning in their first Sirens, the WS-1000. Literally, I am not familiar with the WS-1000, but some of these older gen Sirens are still somewhere in like this one in Kentucky. They have one of these in Kentucky. Then the next siren, the WS-2000R. Yeah, these are the older versions, the WS series. I don't know anything about the 2000R because we don't have these in Texas. The WS-2008. I don't know how they still are running. I don't know how they're running, but one of these sirens have aftermarket controllers. But literally, I can't believe they're using their older gen sirens till this day. These are all electronic. I was hoping Whelen was gonna start off with the air raid sirens, but nowadays chose the electric. Then the WS 2016. I've been hearing some. I believe there was a WS 2016 in Dallas, in downtown somewhere, but when I looked up on Google if there was a hidden WS 2016, they said there was none. Are you guys actually sure there is a WS 2016 that's in Dallas, in downtown? Because I don't know if it's been taken down, but someone by the name of DFW Storms and Sirens can talk about this. Because I never knew Dallas had a Whelen. Well, there is a Whelen in Dallas, one of a WPS series that's in University Park, and possible of Highland Park. Moving on, the WS 3000, which I refer to as the WPS 3000. This siren here is an actual rotational siren. The WPS 3000 is I don't know what to say about the 3000, but there's another version called the 3016. The Whelen WPS 3016 or WS 3016. I don't know anything about the WS 3016 or the 3000 because we don't have that in Dallas. This one, the WPS 4004, we definitely have one of those in Texas. I believe they have one in, I'm gonna say McKinney, Frisco, probably. I don't know if Frisco has one of these. Don't know about Plano. We also have an analog version of the WPS 4004, which I refer to as the first generation. But yeah, they also have a WPS 4008. The only WPS 4008 in Texas is in McKinney. That's the only siren in McKinney they have. This is the first WPS 4008 to be in Texas. The first WPS 4008 to be in Texas. McKinney has this thing running. And now for the Vortex R4. Now, yes, there is a Vortex R4 that's in Farmers Branch. They had the original, the ESC 864 digital, but they changed it to the Federal Signal Ultra Voice. But once you hear the whale tone, it sounds like a MC controller. So I assume they're using an Ultra Voice or an MC controller because I believe it sounds like an MC controller, but it's actually an Ultra Voice. And Louisville actually had Vortex R4s as to their old siren system with the WPS 2810s, but I don't think they have these anymore. They all been replaced with the loud 2001s. I understand the 2001s are the most popular federal signal sirens, but please no, it's too loud for those. But the most loudest one could have been the T128. But you know, they the siren system is the siren system. The Whelen Hornet. Now, I don't know anything about this. I do not know anything about the Hornet. If you ask me what I know about it, the answer is I don't know, because we don't have a Whelen Hornet in Texas at all. We only have WPS and Vortexes. People say there is also a Whelen Vortex R3, which could possibly be a European version. Like, I don't know a thing about a Vortex R3. I know about an R4, but not an R3. The Omni Alert. So, I'm not sure if University Park has one of these Omni Alerts. I don't think they do. They only have the WPS series. Now let's get into the WPS series. The WPS 2740. Levon, Texas has one of these. This could have been the, like, I'm going to say the prototype version of the WPS 28s and 29s. And the 2750. And the 28,000. This one right here, I call it the baby Whelen WPS siren. Because I can't tell if I see the speaker in there. And then they upgrade to one of these. Then they have the 29,000 series, which is a remodeled version. And then the 2910. Just know, Frisco has a 2910. Plano has a 28s and 29s as well. Louisville used to have a 2810, but then got replaced by that loud 2001s. And that's the end of this video. We're moving on to another siren. You should know they have with all the sirens with the V2Ts and the V1Ts. Yeah,